straight.
Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven. We can go legend, 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 yeah. Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven, yeah. We can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. We can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. With my best friend, 7-Eleven.
This not a drill, this the real thing.
We come to you north of the border from Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team. Only fitting. Toronto's the fourth largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what, I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the Six.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. Philadelphia begins the game with the bat.
Go time.
Substitutions.
Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
Lowry, down low for Leonard. From the painted area, won't go down. Stuffs it down with authority. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Lowry to Leonard. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Lowry, Embiid with the board. The screen sets him up for 2.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Lowry, great look and vision, and a throwdown. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
To Embiid. Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Lowry to Leonard. Five to shoot for Toronto. Leonard. Snared by Embiid. And the finish. Slam dunk.
That's called a grown man play, Ed. Someone's trying to get featured on SportsCenter tonight.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Slams it down, and boy, that was a lot to navigate.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Trying to cash in. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Danny Green to Monroe. Lowry. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. Has a look. That's no good.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Shot clock violation. Time to shuffle things up. For the Raptors right now, it's twofold. Not just winning with Kawhi, but trying to keep Kawhi.
I think Toronto has to look at this as a one-year lease. You have to get as much out of Kawhi as you can. The goal is to win a championship, and the goal is to win one now.
Lays it up and in.
It's going to be a long road back, I'm not going to lie to you. But it's only the first quarter, and that's exactly what you needed. You needed to see the ball go in a couple of times.
Stuffs it down with authority. They cannot be stopped right now.
Sometimes your opponent is not even in the game from the start. That's the way you run the floor, and you put the pressure on them right away in the first quarter.
Fred VanVleet to Leonard. Oh, defender pulling the chair. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
And he connects on the first free throw. Two for two on that trip. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Oh, nice swat. Embiid
sent a message on that one, Ed.
The rebound comes down to Toronto. To VanVleet. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
And throws it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Fred VanVleet. Five to shoot for Toronto. Short jumper won't fall.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Fred VanVleet. Knocked loose. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Substitution being made in this one. Fred VanVleet. Shot clock winding down. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To VanVleet. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Stuffs it down with authority. From long range, that misses with 3 seconds left. First quarter in the books, and a great start for the 76ers. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get the... Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
To Embiid. Simmons. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Redick. Great defense, forcing the miss. Toronto has the basketball. To Valanciunas. Missed a wide open look. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Whoa, what a finish. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Fred VanVleet has a chance, knocks it down off the step back.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
To Redick. And a rim rocker, Joel Embiid.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Ibaka to VanVleet. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. To Ibaka, 4-3. You could see Serge salivate. Wide open, he drills it.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Cleans it up. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Fred VanVleet to Danny Green. Shot stopped by Embiid. Sixers control it. Simmons. Shot from the lane won't go. 2 points for Danny Green.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Here comes the screen. To Simmons. Trying to cash in. Simmons with it. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
I got ball. That's me. I got ball.
Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. To Danny Green. Ibaka. Love the hustle. Sprawled down on the deck. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Ah, the monster stuff.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
To Simmons. Brunson. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To VanVleet. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First try, no good. Second one's good. Splits the pair.
Right.
To Embiid. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Beyond the arc for 3. That won't go. Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Just disrespectful.
To Embiid. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw's good. It's a 3-point play. This big first half continues. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Fred VanVleet to Leonard. And it's Butler who grabs the rebound. Going to launch beyond the arc. Misfires. Slams it home on the putback.
You see, to a lot of people, it's an oxymoron when you hear the word superstar and the phrase doing all the little things, but that's what the great ones do.
Jay, how do you even begin to try and describe the whirlwind that is the Toronto Raptors?
Well, you start with the positive. Last year was the first time in franchise history they were the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And here we are, this team still having a chance to win the Eastern Conference again.
Danny Green, tough matchup against Butler. Popped out. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. To VanVleet. The screen sets him up for 2.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
To Embiid. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. It's denied by Embiid. That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Leonard. Five to shoot for Toronto. Jumper's good.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. Lowry with it. Down a bundle to Monroe. Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Leonard to Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Well done, Kyle Lowry. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Short jumper off the mark. Lowry into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Kawhi Leonard. Wide open look won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
To Lowry. To Ibaka. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Kyle Lowry at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. And he missed the free throw.
Hey, this is my man right here. Y'all get yours. I got ball.
From 18 feet, at the buzzer, it's good, at the buzzer. Nice finish, and more cash in the bank as we've hit the break. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
The 76ers have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Raptors may be in the building, but they did not show up for the
Game trap. Assists.
The Toronto Raptors are struggling to move the ball and create good looks for each other. What makes it worse is their opponent isn't having nearly the same problem.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Ibaka. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first.
Come on, y'all. Let's go get it.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Substitutions, Toronto.
Fred VanVleet and breaks it up.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
To Embiid. Throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Danny Green to Monroe. Driving right to the basket. Short jumper won't fall.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA, and it's fun to watch.
Fred VanVleet. To Danny Green. Sixers with the rebound.
Hey, lock up.
Slam dunk.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Fred VanVleet to Danny Green. For three. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. And stuffs it home. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Fred VanVleet to Danny Green. Monroe fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Fultz. Can't miss those. Screen coming. To Embiid. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Fred VanVleet. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Fultz. Grayson Allen to Fultz. Here's a chance from long range and a putback slam.
Not really known for attacking the glass, but I like that hustle. We need to see more of that.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Fred VanVleet to Danny Green.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kembe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Fires the three. Textbook defense. To Danny Green. To VanVleet. Pascal Siakam. To Monroe.
Watch his back door, watch his back door. Hand up, hand up.
No good.
Screen come on his left. I got him.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Fred VanVleet to Danny Green. To VanVleet. He connects off the step back.
I don't really care that Fred VanVleet finished third in the voting for Sixth Man of the Year. You know what I care about? That he was a draft snub. That 3 seasons ago, he was undrafted and nobody wanted him. After that, he spent time on the Raptors D-League team to being a guy that sits on their bench to all of a sudden being one of the best players on their squad. That's a story, that's a narrative we need to focus on.
Here we go. I got him.
Here comes the screen. Fred VanVleet to Danny Green. Monroe. Not a good shot there as he misses it. Fultz with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. To Embiid. Rises for the slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Goes to the right side. Lets it fly from long range. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
To Allen. Stuffs it down with authority.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Toronto with the basketball. Fred VanVleet to Danny Green. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. Danny Green.
Hey, watch the screen left.
And he'll head to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Pascal Siakam, couple of free throws on the way. His career mark right now sits at 63%. Nope, first one does not go. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Simmons with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Here comes the screen. Goes reverse to lay it in.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
Leonard to Danny Green. Screen coming.
I told you the screen was coming.
Deep right corner. Leonard to Lowry. Has a look. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 4 out of 10.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Embiid. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play. And he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 9, Serge Ibaka. Entering the game for Philadelphia, number 12.
Danny Green. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
To McConnell. Brunson. To McConnell. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Lowry to Leonard. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Sixers have the basketball. It's a big finish.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To McConnell. Off the assist.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Down a bundle.
I got ball.
5 to shoot for Toronto. To Danny Green. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And the rebound taken in by Johnson.
You know, some guys love the flash, other guys love the grind. Well, Amir Johnson is a guy that always shows up to work with his hard hat on. That's the reason why he won the Hustle Award last season, for giving maximum effort every time he stepped his foot on that floor.
Leonard to Lowry. The big guy, Greg Monroe. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Here comes the screen. Working the outside to McConnell. Embiid. Why even try that?
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Brunson. Down to 5 on the 24. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fred VanVleet to Leonard. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
To Embiid. McConnell, baseline drive from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
To VanVleet. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Number 0, C.J. Miles.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters down, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. It's been a compelling game so far. The 4th quarter is underway. Simmons with it. He'll run the offense. To Butler. The Raptors able to clear the board.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Subbing in for Toronto.
Leonard to Lowry.
Gillis Valanciunas.
Nah, I don't need no screen.
To Leonard. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Fultz. 4-3. Can't get the bounce. Ball's controlled by Lowry. To Leonard. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Danny Green. Add 2 points to the board.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Leonard to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Ibaka. Lowry won't go down. To Embiid. He throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Leonard to Ibaka. They'll get it down to Leonard. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here comes the screen. Oh, emphatic slam. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. It's denied by Ibaka.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Danny Green. Almost unlucky bounce.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Embiid. Oh, nice find for the basket.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
And scores.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Leonard. That's rebounded by Embiid.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Spinning shot. Won't fall. Philadelphia with the basketball. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Fultz. Embiid. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Rocking the rim.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Here's Leonard for 2. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Beyond the arc for 3. Another chance. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Easy layup.
They'll let one fly from half court. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers were merciless in this game. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Raptors seemed to lose their edge as the game got out of hand. Losses like this become
Game track. Fast break points.
the Toronto Raptors seemed to have issues communicating when it came to transition defense. They gave up way too many easy baskets.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a view of the upcoming games for the. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.
Kenny, I'm the long hair and I all talk tough like a bottle top. You switch the top off, head it, turn quick just to get it off. No deal, shawty, you just a knock off. Chicken, no Coca-Cola, I'm the one that pop off. Kenny, I'm Motorola if you need to. I've been every day, no, I ain't never call off. Tuck on Instagram, will make you log off. And if you think they better than me, bar too high and it's hard to beat. Gucci shades hit dark, so it's hard to see. The easy part is getting money, but it's hard to keep. I know you seeing that I'm busy, so don't bother me. Like I passed every test, you ain't as smart as me. You a shorty, you a wannabe. See me on the scene, you know that I charge the fee. What? On my what? It don't matter 'cause I'm steady counting up. What? On my what? It don't matter 'cause I'm steady counting. You can't even handle a like me. I own money and I buy my own. My wrist and your hand gon' freeze. Footy on his hands and knees. Who you frontin' on? Come on, girl. I know you a rookie. You got some followers, so what? Want you a cookie? I got promoters throwing shows so they can say that they booked me. When I walk up in the mall, they be turning and looking. No race, I went easy 'cause the pace I be pushing. In the store, I'm like, they like Rico with you. I'm better than all the rest. Not a drill, it's not a test. You need to roll out 'cause you acting too hesitant.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Mindframe coming to you live and direct, and the one just caught a body. Let's check this out. Yes, hello. I'd like to report an emergency. Can someone scrape the defender off the floor, please? The one is, tearing it up. But yeah, man, that's all I got for now. I gotta go scrape the defender off the floor. It's my part-time job.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the set. Make a $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Nah, playing no games with you. Pop clutch, switch lanes on you. Nah, I laid down the game for you. Taught you how to charge more than what they paid for you. Own the whole thing for you. Reinvest, double up, then explain for you. Gotta be love. Run the city, it gotta be cuz. Just for the pieces I took off the Monopoly board. Yeah, y'all false claims, it gotta be fraud. Just keep the hood up out your mouth and you gotta be charged. I doubled up, tripled up, what? Banged on the whole game, I ain't give a nobody tripping, handle business, got my digits up. And when I drop, you know I'm about to last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the set. Make a $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next. Last time that I checked, come through fly check. No cosign, I ain't need radio to do mine. I done fine, and I take my time check and take my tribe. Every level that I crossed in this game, like state lines, it was visionary. Either I'm genius or it's scary. Maybe it's both in this balance I deliver daily. For every in these streets trying to feed the babies. The single mama's working hard not to miss a payment. And dirty money get washed on royalty statements. Black owners in this game are powerful racists. Young in the set just doing it makeshift out the garage. How you end up in Georgia, how you end up in penthouses, end up in court.